This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Hey guys, and welcome to my first review of 2025.
Wait a second. Weren't we dead for the last several reviews? How are we alive now?
Unimportant. Anyway, let's take a look at... Ah! Demon!
No, Hazbin.
Greetings, mortals. I am McCole, and I've been watching your show from the depths of hell for quite some time now.
I appreciate greetings from my fans, but usually that's what the P.O. box is for.
Actually, I've come to warn you of a great evil. A terrible, horrible movie that must be purged from the earth.
And when a demon refers to something as evil, that's saying something.
Hold up. Before we begin, McCole, I like your style. Any chance you could turn me into a demon?
Nah, that's okay. We don't have to... And now you're an unholy hellspawn. Lovely.
Hey, shut up. I look good.
Indeed. Now let us commence Furby Island.
Ha! I told you they were evil!
Stop calling the Furby babies evil. You are a terrible father.
Yes, from the studio that brought you My Little Pony, A Very Minty Christmas, we get this failed TV pilot turned to direct-to-DVD movie, simply called Furby Island. And thank God it failed. Can you imagine an entire TV show looking as ugly as this? It's common for reviewers to comment on a movie's terrible animation by comparing it to a PS2 cutscene, but this looks more like something for a Game Boy Advance. And mind you, this movie was released in 2005, 9 years after Hasbro gave us Beast Wars. Someone at Hasbro looked at this animation and thought, sure, this doesn't look vomit-inducing at all. We're gonna sell so many more Furbies with this.
We open on our main human characters who have apparently hijacked the Sea Duck from Tailspin.
Yeah, that tracks. Because when you think Furby, you think high-flying adventure. Apparently, Maddie and her little brother Ty are able to enjoy Wi-Fi and cable TV from way up here.
Until next time, make all your adventures adventures!
Make all your adventures adventures?
And while you're at it, make all your catchphrases catchphrases.
A better catchphrase would have been, and remember, stingrays are totally safe to play with!
Oh, too soon.
By the end of this review, you too will be utterly baffled by how 4 people could write any of this crap down without thinking, hey, does this seem like a horrible, ungodly piece of crap to anyone else? Anyway, Maddie here is a big fan of Dr. Conquest. Dr. Conquest.
Why don't you get some real friends and watch a real show?
My friends are real.
You're friends with Dr. Conquest?
Don't be friends with Dr. Conquest. You're not old enough to be friends with Dr. Conquest.
For reasons never explained, Maddie and Ty are accompanying their globe-trotting parents as they look for a rare plant.
Dad says the razor philodendron is really cool. It has huge leaves that are so sharp they can cut anything.
Sure, that sounds appropriate for your children. What are they doing here instead of going to school? Coincidentally, the island that they're going to also happens to be the island where Dr. Conquest is scheduled to look for some rare animal called a tortoisard, which also has a bunch of readily available information about it, since that's totally how undiscovered species work. Maddie figures that she can try to catch it for herself, and Dr. Conquest will be so impressed that he'll invite her onto the show. Stalker! They land at the island No Name. Get it? They play around with scale for a bit, then Maddie sets off in search of the tortoisard.
We'll see what's real or not.
What's that supposed to mean?
Probably that she's gonna kill you in your sleep. Look at that face.
Crazy am I? We'll see whether I'm crazy or not.
Naturally, our parents of the year are totally fine leaving their impulsive and reckless children to wander around unsupervised. A few seconds later, they discovered some ancient ruins.
Hang on, why didn't they see these ruins from the air? Seems like this place would be really obvious on an island this small, doesn't it?
They go inside with a little help from this flashlight that she pulls out of nowhere, since it's not like they could animate her pulling it out of her backpack. That'd be too complicated. Then they walk past this mural, depicting some guy who's about to get a Furby shoved up his ass? Oh my god, it's a Furby sex cult! Naturally, they spring a trap by misspelling Jehovah, probably, and Maddie makes it out, but Ty is trapped inside.
Ty? Maddie! Help!
Good thing being buried alive doesn't muffle your voice.
Maddie can't move the rocks on her own, so she runs back to the beach to look for her parents.
I should be at the beach by now.
The beach was 10 feet away! How did you lose it?
I must have gone in the wrong direction. Where are Mom and Dad? Where's the plane? Where's Ty?
Did you forget that Ty is at the ruins?
Since the impending doom of her little brother, for which she's responsible, isn't scary enough, it's time to meet our title characters.
Who are you?
I believe the word you're looking for is...
You shut up, he's cute.
Is he, though?
Elo.
You talk. Wow.
Elo.
How did you do that?
Cool.
You know what I was feeling.
Surely these things emit some kind of psychotropic toxin.
They do not. They're sharing Maddie's feelings.
Then shouldn't it be just as panicked about accidentally killing Ty?
That was so amazing. You could see my family. My mom, my dad.
The Furbies can see inside your soul.
Somehow Maddie is charmed by these monstrosities, even these ones that look like they're dying and they're throwing up all over themselves as their system starts shutting down, completely to the point where she just forgets about trying to save her brother.
Oh no, I lost my brother and I can't find my parents, but whatever, you're so cute!
Not that it matters, since Ty somehow escapes completely off-screen. Maybe this ancient temple had a back door or something. Ty meets the Furbies, and he's inexplicably endeared to them as well.
All right. Cool.
They're clapping with their ears? This is the last thing you want to do with your ears. Hey kids, let's all do like the Furbies do!
And why did Ty say cool after the Furby? Isn't it supposed to be the human who says something, then the Furby repeats it?
The Furbies can see what is in your mind before you do.
Since being hideous wasn't enough, they have a little musical number, demonstrating a knowledge of rudimentary tool use. They're soon going to have our heroes' heads on a pike. I have no idea what they're singing, but I suddenly had this strange compulsion to join the Navy.
I have to show you to Mom and Dad. This is great. When they see you, they'll understand.
They'll have to understand that we're in love and they can't do a thing about it. Seriously, what will they have to understand?
That the Furbies are manipulating them to become their mindless slaves.
They take Elo and her brother Ehi, who I guess are Christmas elves with names like this, back to their plane, where the kids start immediately rotting their brains with TV. Maybe they're using TV to fight against the Furby's mental influence.
And I guess they suddenly knew how to get back to the plane? That was lucky.
I wish I knew what you are so I could tell Dr. Conquest.
Furby.
Furby? Are you a Furby?
No, Furby means, I miss my mommy and daddy. Please take me back. Things take a turn for the freaky as the Furbies start to panic after getting stuck in a jar, and they pass their panicking onto Maddie. They escape and hide so that Mom and Dad can't find them, but when they start talking about what happened to Maddie earlier, Elo walks by and just wills their worry to go away.
But I think everything's gonna be just fine, Allie. We have a great family, don't we?
Yes. Yes, we do.
I told you they're hallucinogenic.
so glad I found you, Elo.
So, the Furby sneaks into the little girl's bed while she sleeps, and then starts sharing a love montage.
Shut up, it's cute.
Would it be cute if it was a middle-aged man feeding these memories into her brain?
I don't like you.
Oh yeah, rub my belly, pull on my ears, daddy-like.
Stop making it creepy!
It's already creepy! The next morning, she wakes up to find a Dear John letter.
And apparently Elo ran off with her blanket.
Creepy! Actually, the letter is from their parents to let them know that they set out earlier this morning, and that the kids should stay at the plane to do their homework. What exactly is homework when you're a family of nomads who live on a plane? Since she was given direct instructions from her parents, the only thing she can logically do is wander off. I guess Richard Rich took over the directing duties.
I wonder what that was.
You live on a plane! How do you not recognize the sound of an approaching helicopter? It turns out that the helicopter belongs to Dr. Conquest and his film crew.
Oh, I am indeed the infamous Dr. Reginald Conquest, seeker of the unexplained and discoverer of the unknown. And you must be my ace explorer, Maddie Williamson, eh?
Aw, he reads her blog. That's cute.
He follows his young female fan base and is comfortable enough to address them by their first names. Yeah, cute. Conquest says that he's here to capture the rare man-eating Furby. Which makes all the sense in the world when you remember that we have these ancient ruins that were clearly made by humans, but the Furbies are the only creatures left on this godforsaken island.
Beware the Furbies, consumer of man.
Something wrong, Missy?
Cages? Cages? What are the cages for? And the traps?
You're talking to a big game hunter. You're dumb. He's apparently so good at hunting that he caught Ehi without even trying somehow. So the kids run off to warn the other Furbies, while Conquest and his men are in hot pursuit.
I think we should get Mom and Dad.
No! There's not enough time. I'm responsible for bringing Conquest here, and I'm going to get him to leave without any Furbies.
Oh my goodness, look at that face. She's gonna burn down the entire Furby village just so he doesn't get them. They get to the village and an epic showdown ensues, as we see things like Maddie swinging on vines that are made out of bungee cords apparently, Conquest's goons cloning themselves, I guess, and more capturing of more Furbies that just sort of happens without Conquest and company actually doing anything. It all comes to a stop as Elo is captured, and Maddie is trapped in a bamboo cage. When did they have time to make that, and why didn't they just throw her into one of the metal cages they brought with them?
You assume that it was Conquest who set up the traps and not the Furbies?
Sorry. I'm so sorry I did this to you. And Elo.
Maddie, help!
I wish I could. But
Maddie can. Maddie can. Maddie can. We can. We can. Maddie can.
Yes, I can help.
Turns out the Furby's unholy telepathic powers make them perfect motivational speakers. She very easily frees herself thanks to the razor-sharp plant that her parents were looking for. Irony! And they effortlessly free the rest of the Furbies. You'd think it'd be more difficult to free them now that they're on Conquest's home turf, but no, it's actually easier somehow. Why don't these hunters have any guns on them? The goons are disposed of in traps that were set by the Furbies? Or maybe they're their own traps, I have no idea. Maddie lures Conquest into the ruins, and she triggers a trap that she couldn't possibly know about to deal with him. So all's well that ends well as the authorities are called to deal with Conquest, which authorities is never explained. And the nightmare continues as Maddie is apparently adopting the entire Furby tribe.
You really discovered something truly amazing, honey.
Actually, I've always had something amazing. I just didn't realize it.
What? That was supposed to be our takeaway from this? You discover a new species, fight off a bunch of hunters, and the moral of the story is, you should appreciate your parents? Shut up, movie.
The Furbies taught me what family is really all about.
Oh yeah, only through these abominations could one truly learn the value of family, who, by the way, had nothing to do with this story. Our story comes to an end as they all fly off into what was supposed to be the rest of the series, which, again, thankfully never happened. So that was Furby Island, and I am so happy that this is all that we have to deal with. The animation is hideous, the plot reads like something you could write in your sleep, the Furbies themselves are as annoying as they are evil, the villains are idiots, and I cannot fathom how anyone on this project thought that they'd be able to squeeze an entire series out of this thing. And remember, this is from Hasbro, the same people behind G.I.Joe, My Little Pony, and Transformers. They know how to make compelling narrative toy commercials. What the hell were they smoking to come up with this nightmare?
The movie wasn't perfect by a long shot, but stop being mean to the Furby babies! Nicole, do you have any closing remarks?
The Furby shall be reclaimed and I will see them in hell.
Works for me. See you later.
Hey parents, say hello to the Furby Connect friend from Hasbro. With its Bluetooth connection, Furby Connect is updated frequently with new surprises, like songs.
Whoa, I think I found myself a cheerleader. Ba-doo-doo-ba-ba-ba, need her.
When the antenna glows, that means Furby has something new to show you in the Furby Connect World app.
Wanna see an epic drum solo? Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Furby loves to share kid-friendly videos.
Twirl the sticks, twirl them. Ah, yeah! Good, Grandma. That drumming was on fire!
Feed Furby from the food cannon.
Give me something spicy! Oh, yeah! Oh, hot tongue on fire! Hot, 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 hot! Quick, pull tail! Sorry, little Beatos.
New surprises come in all shapes and sizes.
Squeeze hot belly! Squeeze it!
Careful what you feed your Furby.
Hot, 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 hot!
After all that playtime, it's nice to know Furby Connect can disconnect.
Hasta luego, Furby Doodles.
And that's the Furby Connect friend from Hasbro.
So good. Do you like cat videos?
Hey guys, and welcome to another thrilling installment of Questions of the Review. And the question for this last one was what, Raven?
The question of the review was, what's your favorite scary story to tell in the dark and why?
My particular favorite scary story is High Beams from the first Scary Stories book. A young woman is driving home late one night when a car starts following her, flashing its high beams at her whenever she stops at an intersection. She finally makes it home, only to discover that the car following her was trying to warn her of the murderer that had snuck into her back seat.
Dun dun dun!
Ah! I love it because... No, I don't want to edit this answer, thank you. I love it because it's one of those stories with nothing supernatural about it, and adds to the legitimacy of the other stories. It sounds like it actually might have happened, making it more terrifying. And if that story might have happened, what about the others?
Equestrian Gamer says, I don't know if I'd call it my favorite, but the red spot has always been stuck in my head since I read the books in elementary school. That was over 30 years ago. Same. For it still to be stuck in my head could be a sign of a great horror story, or it just really freaked me out and I've never forgotten it. Probably the latter, but it is that one story that will always pop into my head whenever somebody mentions those books. I don't really care for the way the movie adapted that story, though. That does sound scary.
Yes, that was... little tiny spoiler here, that was the one scene that I had to skip ahead when watching it with Raven. A little bit too eerie there. No, not eerie, icky there.
Yeah, I don't do icky. I like psychological horror.
I mentioned in the review how I thought it'd be interesting if the visuals of the entire movie ended up looking more and more like the illustrations from the book. In the scene as it happens, we have what's-her-face screaming in abject horror as a bunch of spiders pop out of her face, which is fair reaction to that happening. I'm imagining her twisting and contorting into the illustration from the book, where she's just kind of, well, all these things are coming out of her.
I didn't see that scene, remember?
You did not, no. But it's fun to reminisce, isn't it?
It's not reminiscing if I didn't see it. It's just traumatizing me for no reason.
Well, that's also fun. Anyway. Our dear friend Ben the Somewhere Man says, I've always found the hairy toe morbidly hilarious for some reason. I guess it's because, to me, the creepiness is less because of the person/creature trying to reclaim their toe, and more in the fact that someone found a random big hairy toe, and obviously humanoid toe, sitting in the dirt in their garden and said to themselves, boy howdy, that sure looks appetizing. Must have been hard times.
Ben, straight to band camp.
Thank you, Ben. We love you.
Yes, we love you, but you're gross. CheyCartoonGirl says, Harold really resonated with me when I was a kid. It was a story of an abused party finally getting sick of the abuse and standing up for themselves. Fun fact, it's not explained in the book, but the folk stories are based off of, it's stated that the doll stated that the doll was baptized as a mockery, and God allowed the doll to come to life to punish the abusers. I don't like them creepy dolls coming to life. No, Pinocchio, no.
Baby, Pinocchio's revenge. One Halloween, we gotta do it.
Never. No.
Or how about the Child's Play series?
Divorce. Divorce first.
Preemptive.
Right.
Koichi Dignity Thieves also agrees with CheyCartoonGirl. Harold is undoubtedly the best, but my favorite story from the books has always been The Dead Hand. Weird opening if you're going to say that Harold is the best, but then say that your favorite is The Dead Hand. As a kid who was scared of the dark and familiar with swamps, it really makes the mind wander thinking of all the infinite horrors that lie in the dark unknown. Like the townsfolk could only guess what really brought the most fearless man in town to become a jittering mess missing his hand. They say they saw a zombie hand, but it doesn't explain the other shadows grabbing at him. Now, that's beyond comprehension Lovecraftian horror done right.
No, thank you.
I like to think that was a little jab at the Frozen Kingdom. Sure, dumb Lovecraft down to stupid kids fair, that works.
Fairy tale enthusiast says, fairy tale enthusiast. Yeah, I'm sure I said that right.
All is one word that looks very strange.
Yeah.
Fairy tale enthusiast.
Enthusiast. Yeah. Mine was The Dream from Scary Stories. You see, the first time I read it, it was in a blog format that recollected the stories and Stephen Gammell's illustrations.
Let's say Gammell's, yes.
Okay. When I clicked on that chapter, there was the infamous illustration of the Pale Lady, but it was in GIF form. So when I was getting a closer look, the Pale Lady looked directly at me. I'll say the story stuck with me for better or worse. What?
And she's already looking at you in the illustration. What was the GIF doing? Ooh. No, thank you.
You put the book down, back away slowly, and pretend that it never happened.
And maybe call a priest. Monster Combo says, my favorite story to tell in the dark is a Panamanian, I can say that right, Panamanian folktale called The Afterlife's Penitent. The story goes that, during the Good Friday procession, in the queue of penitents, devotees, and curious people, an enigmatic figure appears walking alone, carrying a casket. Once the procession comes to an end and the walker enters the church, instead of entering like the rest of the congregation, the figure takes the path to the graveyard, where he mysteriously vanishes. Those who have seen it say that it is a soul in pain who failed to fulfill his promise in life, and who God allowed to settle his debt in this way to enjoy eternal rest. If they lived to tell the tale, that is. Greetings from Panama, Bob and Raven. Thank you so much. Hello.
Thank you. That was incredibly creepy and
and educational.
Yes. Good one.
Mm-hmm.
And Claire Carey says, well, I don't think it's very scary, but it's called The Gingerbread Man, and my kindergarten teacher would read it to me. The ending of The Gingerbread Man is dark because the fox eats him in the end of the story. Also, my kindergarten teacher died this year, and I have fond memories of her reading that story. Oh.
So sorry, Claire.
But I agree with Claire that The Gingerbread Man could indeed be scary. Let us show you how.
Yes, while the criteria for this question was specifically scary stories to tell in the dark from scary stories to tell in the dark, we're including this because the Gingerbread Man is actually kind of creepy when you stop and think about it. Once there was a gingerbread man, baking in a gingerbread pan, raisin eyes and a cherry nose, trimmed right down to his fingers and toes. A gingerbread man in a gingerbread pan.
Here's the old woman who made him so sweet, a treat for her and her husband to eat. She made him with flour and sugar and eggs. She gave him a face and 2 arms and 2 legs. A gingerbread man in a gingerbread pan.
She gave him a face and 2 arms and 2 legs, but no soul.
No soul.
Now open the oven to see if he's done. The gingerbread man, he knew how to run. Out of the oven and onto the floor. Now run away out the kitchen door. The gingerbread man, he's out of the pan.
Now chase him, old woman. Now chase him, old man. Chase him, yes, chase him as fast as you can. Through the garden and out the gate. Catch him right now before it's too late. The gingerbread man, he's out of the pan.
Along came a cow who wanted a treat, and the gingerbread man, he looked good to eat. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm out of the pan!
Along came a horse who wanted a snack, but the gingerbread man, he never looked back. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm out of the pan.
Along came a farmer who wanted a treat, and the gingerbread man, he looked good to eat. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm out of the pan. And I'm causing chaos everywhere that I can.
Along came a dog who wanted a snack, but the gingerbread man, he never looked back. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. I'm the gingerbread man, and I'm out of the pan.
It's easy to write when you're allowed to get repetitive. Along came a hog who wanted a treat, and the gingerbread man, he looked good to eat. Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me on the gingerbread. Oh no, I'm out of the pan next.
Along came a fox who wanted a treat, and this gingerbread man, he looked good to eat.
Ooh.
Jump on my back, my gingerbread pet, and we'll cross the river so you won't get wet, Mr. Gingerbread Man who's out of the pan.
Ooh, this suddenly became very interesting.
It's not supposed to be like that. I'm trying to make it scary.
Was it a raven fox that he ran into?
No, it was not. It was just a regular old fox.
Darn. There was no place to go. There was no place to run. A ride on the river could be lots of fun. Oh, I'll bet it could. So off with the fox did a gingerbread go. And what happened next, you already know. To the gingerbread man who's out of the pan.
That sly old fox had a delicious treat, and the old man and woman had nothing to eat. Not a bite was left for the cow or the dog, the horse or the farmer or hungry old hog. There's no gingerbread man in or out of the pan.
So let us go home and get out the pan, and we'll make ourselves a new gingerbread man. We'll make him bigger, stronger, faster. And when he is eaten, we'll make us some more. But this time we'll be certain to lock the back door. A new gingerbread man in a gingerbread pan.
Like we know he's sentient, let's make more of him.
Yeah!
Eat the sentient cookies.
Absolutely.
Wow. So yes, absolutely creepy.
Mm-hmm. And unexpectedly so. Those are the best.
So thank you for joining us for this question of the review.
Wait. We're not yet done. We have yet but one more scary story to share, coming from Gabriel Kane, the creative kid. I stopped reading scary stories after I read The Dream with the Pale Lady. Everyone loves her. I had gotten this weird nightmare where she squeezed so much where not just me, but Pee Wee Herman was also in her stomach. Now, one, it's weird enough that Pee Wee's gonna be in there with her, but two, think about this. This was before the movie came along. And this nightmare is about the Pale Lady hugging the dreamer so much that it just engulfs him.
But Pee-wee...
And there was nothing about that in the story. It was just the Pale Lady just looks over you while you dream and say, "Get out, something bad is going to happen," or something to that effect. There is no hugging, there is no absorbing, but it happened in this dream, and it somehow happened in the movie. How does that work? I don't know, and I don't want to think about it. Freaky, right? But yes, back to the comment here. Pee-wee was also in her stomach, and then he said to me, "Ha ha! Another lifeless soul for me to feast off of! Ah!" And then he started to eat my remains in the Pale Lady's stomach. I'm not even joking, this was a real dream. Since then I stayed long away from these books as long as I could. I believe you, sir.
Gabriel, please join Ben in band camp.
You are in band camp forever.
Permaband. Oh, that's terrible, you poor soul, but keep it to yourself.
No, keep telling scary Pee-wee stories.
No, not scary Pee-wee. That's Pee-wee himself is scary enough, just creepy-wise, but
Scary stories is our secret word of the day! Ah!
Bye, guys. It's been a good run, but I'm going to divorce Rob, and I won't be back.
Thank you all for your wonderful answers, and apparently I'm doing my entire show and the questions of the review alone from now on. So it was a good run. Thank you, Raven. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, watch more.